Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that would get anxious and almost frustrated at doing presentations for audiences. That could be live presentations or it could be presentations over something like Zoom. But there was a feeling of not really wanting to do it. And what was evident in the conversation before the hypnosis is that one of the key things is that when she felt at her most competent and at her most fulfilled when communicating with people is if she'd made the evaluation that she was able to help and make a difference. And in a lot of the presentations that she had done where she'd felt anxious, there wasn't that connection being made. There was a feeling of obligation, that it was something that she didn't really want to do, but she was having to do it. And normally, when your evaluation is something that equates to reluctance or stress or discomfort, that can then create the physiological sensations and emotions linked to that evaluation. Whereas when you evaluate that this is something that you want to do, get to do, or by doing you can meet one of your core values, it tends to bring out an entirely different emotional state. So what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session is regression to a point where she was mentoring and coaching people and felt really connected and fulfilled in doing that. To take that resource state into the context of speaking to a big audience, listening to direct suggestions to change how she thought about speaking to an audience, and then future pacing so she could see herself doing a TED Talk to a big audience, but an even bigger online audience, and therefore framing any public speaking event as practice, as an opportunity to build the competency and resilience and almost the level of refinement needed to be an excellent speaker. If you're listening to this, it might be because you also are nervous about public speaking or presenting, or that you feel that there are blocks in your life in some way and you would like to amplify your ability to have an impact on the world. If you're curious to work with me directly, there will be a link in the show notes to schedule a free consultation call, but you might find that although this is a public speaking hypnosis session, whatever your mission is and whatever way you want to impact the world, you might still find that this is helpful or beneficial in some way. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, just imagine breathing in a feeling of calm and tranquility. As you exhale, start to notice where in your body there's any feelings of tension or stress or worries. And give permission to yourself to let go. That here in this moment, it's not necessary to hold on to anything that doesn't serve you, doesn't help you. So breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation and calm. And as you exhale, doesn't it feel good that you're able to let go? Let go of thoughts, feelings, tension and stress. Those things that aren't necessary to carry around with you. There's been times in your life where you were walking around, maybe a busy city, and you were carrying around something that you didn't need. And there was an element of frustration. Why am I holding this thing that I don't even need? And there was a perception that you couldn't just let it go. Maybe it was valuable. Maybe it wasn't even yours. So you were holding on to something, exerting effort holding on to that thing, even though it was slowing you down, carrying excess weight, being an inconvenience. But I want you to accept that right now in your life, any beliefs that you're holding on to that no longer serve you, not only can you let them go, but also why wouldn't you let them go? If those beliefs aren't helping, they're hindering. And I want you to create an image in your mind, perhaps of someone that you've worked with that was holding on to a belief that wasn't true. Maybe that they didn't belong. Maybe that they weren't good enough. And remember how good it felt for you to help them to realize that they didn't need to hold on to that belief. And when they let go of that belief, their future was better than their past, not because they believed something new. They just let go of something that was no longer useful. As you breathe in and breathe out, that's it. Allow tension to leave your body. As you start to wonder what beliefs you're holding on to that are equally untrue. And maybe it's a belief that you're not good at something. And maybe it's a belief that you don't want to do something. Or maybe it's a belief that because of past experiences, you don't feel like you should do something. But what if those beliefs are not only not useful, but are leading to emotional states that create a self-fulfilling prophecy that keep you trapped in a limiting way? And I want you to think back to a time when you were helping many people from all different countries, all different nationalities, where you elicited their fears, their limiting beliefs. You were able to figure out what they were. And you were able to share experiences and reference of how you overcome adversity and limitations and setbacks. I want you to imagine you're back in that body, in that room of people where you felt competent, you felt engaged, you felt connected, you felt a real sense of making a difference, that you were helping in some way. Notice where in your body you feel that feeling. And it wasn't logical, analytical. It was emotional. You had empathy for them and the lives and what was to follow. And through your words, through your communication, you were able to create reassurance, confidence, belief. I want you to tap into that feeling of making a difference, helping people. And realize that if you can help one person, and in a room of 10 people, maybe you can help half or more of them, or even all of them, that it stands to reason that in a room with 200 or 300 people, the odds of there being one person in there that would benefit from your help, your words, your experiences, your stories, or your creative solutions to problems dramatically increases. I want you to tap into that feeling of helping and making a difference. Notice the tonality of your words when you were communicating. Notice how you were breathing. Notice how relaxed your neck and your shoulders were. And notice that your focus wasn't on you, but on your audience, even if that audience was just a single person. So with that combination of focus and breathing and relaxation, I want you to imagine you are on a stage. Maybe there's a microphone on a stand, maybe a microphone on your lapel. And I want you to look out to a room full of people and just entertain the idea that there is one possible person amongst these hundreds of people that would really benefit from your words. That you feel like you're talking to that one person. The problem is you don't know which individual in the audience it is. Therefore, you would need to scan the audience, making eye contact with as many different people as you could. And if there's lights in your eyes, just imagining roughly where those people would be so they feel like you're making eye contact with them, to give them that feeling of connection that you are able to help. Some people, when they stand on a stage in front of an audience, go into a trance state, a state of flow and relaxation, the combination of an audience and lights puts them into a unique state where things become effortless. And if you could imagine being on stage, communicating to an audience, but feeling how it would feel like to connect, to empathize, to make a difference, let me know by nodding your head. And I want your unconscious mind, the part that really desires to help people, to open your mind to powerful suggestions that could change how you think about what it means to present, to speak, to communicate. And that could be a stage, or it could be just a Zoom meeting opening. But I want you to imagine that as you step onto the stage, a deep sense of confidence and calmness flows through your body, grounding you in the present moment. That every word you speak resonates with authenticity and passion, as you know that your message has the power to positively impact and transform the lives of others. Each and every presentation or speaking opportunity is exactly that, an opportunity for growth and personal development. As you embrace the chance to expand your skills and share your knowledge with enthusiasm. The things that you're the best at, you didn't do once or twice, and you certainly didn't do it reluctantly. You did it again and again and again. And that's how you got so good. The moment you start speaking, a wave of assurance washes over you, reminding you of your expertise and the value you bring to the audience. Remember how easy it was to connect with one person and even 10 people, as you establish the belief that connecting with your audience comes naturally to you. But you don't have to be someone you're not. As you engage them with genuine warmth, empathy, and the intention to make a difference in their lives, you accept that they will acknowledge and appreciate that intention. From this point onwards, you will recognize that public speaking or speaking to an audience, in real life or digitally, is a chance to inspire, motivate, and empower others, knowing that your words have the potential to ignite positive change. Imagine looking out onto that audience of young, impressionable faces looking for reassurance, strategies, ideas, inspiration. Your self-belief and confidence grow stronger with each presentation as you trust in your abilities and embrace the opportunity to share your unique perspective. As you remind yourself that not everyone has your background, not everyone has your experiences, and therefore you get to represent your unique view of the world and to empower and inspire other people. Maybe you wish there was someone like you when you were younger to inspire you, to give you strategies to help you overcome adversity. And what if you could be that person to someone else? You effortlessly let go of any fear of judgment or criticism, knowing that the focus is on providing value and creating a meaningful connection with your audience. But that meaningful connection doesn't have to be with everyone, just the ones that would benefit from your words. From this point onwards, before each presentation, you'll take a moment to visualize success. Not just envisioning yourself speaking with ease, grace, and natural confidence, but also visualizing one person being impacted positively from your words. You don't have to be someone you're not. Your body and voice align harmoniously, radiating confidence and charisma. Your personal anecdotes have the ability to captivate the attention of your audience, to bring them into your world. And there are no failures, only feedback. Every challenge or obstacle you encounter during a presentation is an opportunity for growth and learning, strengthening your resilience and adaptability. And maybe it's in a few weeks' time or a few months' time, but sooner than you would think, you'll find joy and fulfillment in the act of public speaking, recognizing it as a powerful tool to share your wisdom, to inspire change, and most of all, to leave a lasting impact. And the more you do it, the more you'll realize that your audience is rooting for your success and genuinely interested in what you have to say. This isn't something you have to do, it's something you get to do. And you'll approach each presentation with a sense of gratitude and excitement, embracing the privilege of being able to connect with and positively influence others. And with each successful presentation, your confidence and natural speaking abilities continue to grow, allowing you to shine brightly and make a profound impact on your audience. And now I want you to imagine teleporting yourself from the stage to the audience. And now imagine seeing a future version of you on that stage. But I want you to imagine there is a big TEDx sign behind you, maybe linked to a city. And you're about to do a 20-minute talk on a topic that means a lot to you, but this is you in the future, maybe a year, 2 or 3 years in the future. But notice how confident you look, how calm, how composed. And when you start to speak, notice how authentic. This isn't someone doing a presentation, this is someone impacting the people in the room and potentially millions of people beyond that. And you realize that this future version of you didn't magically acquire these skills. They were developed, and that every speaking opportunity that led up to this TEDx talk was an opportunity to refine, to practice, to find your voice, to tap into those wonderful feelings of empathy and connection and making a difference, even when the audiences got bigger. And if you could imagine seeing a future version of you doing a talk that could inspire millions of people, let me know by nodding your head. And accept the suggestion that you are unlocking all of the resources required to manifest this future, but also eroding all the barriers and blocks that would prevent it. And in the future, you will feel a compulsion, a desire to reach out, to submit applications for these high-profile talks. And in doing so, you realize that there will be a feeling of disappointment when you don't get accepted and a feeling of excitement when you do, that actually it is a privilege to be granted an audience, to allow your voice to be heard. You are unlocking all of the resources necessary for you to be the person that you would have wanted to have seen, to see that voice that represented a story, to see someone that would have given you a belief in your ability to be resilient and to persevere. And I want you to imagine that that future version of you will be impacting lives that you won't even know. But through your words, through your empathy, through your connection and authenticity, it will have a ripple effect, positively impacting lives and genuinely making a difference. But you won't know that at the point where you do that talk. It will be weeks or months later where you get messages of people letting you know that you made a difference. And if your unconscious mind is happy to accept that presenting is just multiplied mentorship, amplified coaching, that you have the ability to harness these natural skills and abilities, but just amplify them to a bigger audience, and in doing so, leading you to a place of joy and competency where the focus is on your audience, not on you, knowing that this creates a ripple effect through time, giving you a bigger and bigger platform to impact lives. Let me know by nodding your head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Feel like you're returning to the present, but with new beliefs, new ways of thinking, feeling excited about the future and feeling that every speaking opportunity, even if it's boring and mundane, is an opportunity for you to hone the skills that will come in very handy for your future. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.